Rick Ross, after enduring a storm of public mockery from Charleston White, 50 Cent, and countless others over claims of being broke, has shaken the game to its core by announcing a high-budget BMF film. One with a budget so massive it reportedly dwarfs anything 50 Cent ever invested in his BMF series, sparking an all-out controversy the streets weren't ready for. And now all eyes are on 50 Cent and Big Meech for their reactions. Rick Ross has always been a boss in his own lane, but recently, he's been tested like never before. The online world erupted when Charleston White, known for his no-holds-barred takes, took vicious aim at Ross, clowning him for what he claimed was a decline in financial power. 50 Cent, never one to miss a moment to jab at his rivals, joined the circus, throwing shade at Ross on multiple occasions. The narrative began to build. The once mighty hustling rapper was on the ropes broke, irrelevant and fading. Memes, skits, podcast clips. Everyone from TikTok teens to battle-hardened hip-hop veterans took a swing at Rick Ross's reputation. And for a while, Rosie said nothing. Silence. But what no one realized was that Rick Ross was planning something massive. A move that would silence the critics and reignite his dominance. Not just in music, but in cinema. When the news broke that Rick Ross wasn't just stepping into the BMF universe, but doing it in a way that even 50 Cent hadn't dared, everyone stopped laughing. Ross wasn't producing a TV series. Nah, that's old news. That's 50's lane. Instead, Ross declared war with a full-length BMF film. And not just any film. We're talking about a movie with a jaw-dropping budget that insiders claim exceeds anything 50 Cent put into the entire first season of The Star's hit. The numbers being whispered in industry circles are insane. Some say Ross secured over $50 million in funding, complete with a cast of A-listers, Hollywood-level production value, and filming locations stretching from Atlanta to Dubai. Suddenly, the same people who were laughing at Ross were now scrambling to get roles in his film. Let's talk about why this is such a big deal. BMF isn't just a story, it's a movement. It's a legacy tied to the streets, the rise and fall of Black Mafia family, and more importantly, it's tied to Demetrius Big Meech Flenory. 50 Cent had long been seen as the steward of Meech's story, creating the Star series, casting Meech's own son in the role, and shaping the public narrative around the legend of BMF. For years, 50 Cent's series was the undisputed truth-teller of the BMF saga. But now, Rick Ross is challenging that throne, not with interviews, not with tweets, but with a major motion picture that could redefine the entire BMF narrative. And here's the twist that's got the streets buzzing. Ross didn't just announce a film. He's already in production. Word is, Ross has been secretly working on this project for over a year. While everyone thought he was washed up, he was in boardrooms, locking down investors, building partnerships with major studios, and pulling strings with legal teams to get exclusive rights to stories that even 50 Cent couldn't touch. Rumor has it that Ross tapped into sources directly connected to Big Meech's early Detroit days. People who never went on the record before, people who refused to work with 50. Ross dug deeper, got dirtier, and came up with a script so raw, it had to be rear-viewed 3 times before clearing legal. Now, if you think 50 Cent is sitting quiet about this, think again. Insiders say 50 is furious behind closed doors. This isn't just about a film. It's about legacy, ego, and dominance. 50 Cent carved his name into the TV game with Power, Power Book, Raising Cannon, and of course BMF. He prided himself on bringing street stories to life. But with Ross stepping in with a higher budget, more cinematic flair, and a challenge to the authority of 50's BMF take, that's personal. Some even say this might reignite the beef that once had both men sending shots back and forth in lyrics and interviews. But this time, it's not about bars. It's about big screens. To make matters more explosive, Rick Ross is reportedly courting Big Meech himself. There's speculation, no confirmation yet, but strong whispers that Ross is trying to secure Meech's blessing or even a cameo voice recording from behind bars. If Ross pulls that off, that's checkmate. It would mean that the very man whose story 50 Cent helped bring to light could now be backing a rival's film. That would be the ultimate power move and the ultimate betrayal in 50's eyes. Charleston White, who first called Ross broke and irrelevant, is now spinning wild takes, saying Ross sold his soul to make this movie, while still sneakily admitting he never thought Ross could actually pull this off. DJ academics weighed in, saying this might be the biggest move Ross has made since Port of Miami. Even former Gennett associates are taking sides, with some throwing subtle shade at 50 for letting the BMF universe become a battlefield. But there's another layer to this. The streets. The streets love BMF. The real ones, the old heads, the young guns, the hustlers, the ones who live that life or admire from afar, they care who tells this story. And now they're torn. Do they stick with 50 Cent's vision, the one that's been consistent, episodic, and star-studded? Or do they ride with Rick Ross, who's now promising a grittier, more authentic, film-quality version of the BMF legend? Social media has turned into a battlefield. Fans are choosing sides. Hashtags are flying, clips are leaking, and the comparisons are coming fast. Some say Ross's film trail alone, shot with drones, red cameras, and score by orchestras, already looks 10 times better than 50 series. And Ross,